Tonight on Newswatch, Pam Bondi is out as Attorney General, and experts wonder who's next to fill her spot.
And President Trump says he'll sign an executive order to restore DHS pay as we enter the 9th week of the partial government shutdown.
And in sports, Ohio baseball returns to Bob Wren tonight for a face-off against the Kent State Golden Flashes. Newswatch starts right now. You're taking a live look at the annual Take Back the Night event hosted by the Office of Health Promotions. The event begins with resource fair from 6 to 7 p.m., followed by speeches from and performances from 7 to 8. To end the night, attendees will begin to march at 8 p.m.
Take Back the Night is an event encouraging students and community members to speak out about and against sexual violence, connecting students with vital resources.
Welcome to Newswatch. I'm Serenity Prophet.
And I'm Natalie LaFleur. It's been really warm outside today, so we'll bring on lead forecaster Isabel Isco to see if that warm weather will stick around for tonight's march.
Yeah, unfortunately, let me get this pulled right back up. We might see a couple sprinkles here for our Take Back tonight, but those should be broken up by our mountains here are in Athens. So they might have a couple sprinkles, but it will stay a little bit warmer as you head into later tonight. Right now, currently in Athens, 82, couple sprinkles here and there. Lancaster, 81. As you head more north, still a little bit cooler. Newark at 79. Currently, like I said, Athens at 82. You might have a few gusty winds as those storms start to head in. Again, 82, light rain, couple sprinkles here and there. Very similar to what we've had these last few days. Once we hit those nighttime hours, those chances for some storms start to pop up. A little bit humid as we head into the night as well. The overnight low only of 64, so if you weren't able to get outside during the day today, you will be able to still head out and it will be pretty warm. That 40% chance of showers will mostly happen before about that 7-8 hour mark. So as we head into the weekend, it is going to look like a rainy one, and then we'll be cooling off as we head into our Easter weekend. So I'll be talking about that all in my full forecast. Let's take it back over to Serenity.
Thanks, Isabel. The rain might be coming down this weekend, but Athens Farmers Market is still a go for Saturday. In a Facebook post earlier today, the Athens Farmers Market announced that all vendors will be heading outside after some gloomy weather these past few weeks. There are dozens of vendors that will be in attendance, so be sure to stop by this Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon at Athens Community Center. The Ohio Department of Transportation announces a meeting to discuss a blasting project in Athens County. The meeting will go over blasting operations for a safety and drainage improvement project on State Route 56. ODOT is encouraging people to show up to learn about the blasting plans and safety protocols. It will take place at the Athens County ODOT Garage on Wednesday, April 15th from 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m.
Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost urges Governor DeWine to resume executions. There hasn't been a single execution in the state of Ohio since 2019, a stat that Yost isn't too proud of, calling it a, quote, mockery of the justice system and of the dead and their families. DeWine has extended a moratorium on the executions beyond his time as governor and has been dropping hints about coming out against the death penalty altogether. The average wait time for execution in Ohio is 22 years, and there are over 100 men and 1 woman currently serving on death row.
President Donald Trump fires another member of his cabinet, making this the second in recent weeks.
Pam Bondi is removed as U.S. Attorney General. Karen Caifa has the details from Washington.
President Trump, in a statement on Truth Social, described Pam Bondi as a great American patriot and a loyal friend, but he offered no specific reason as to why she had been ousted from her role as U.S. Attorney General. Bondi is now the second Trump cabinet member ousted in recent weeks after Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was fired last month. Sources said the president recently ramped up conversations with allies about firing Bondi and had what one source described as a tough conversation with Bondi about her future on Wednesday. Among Trump's frustrations with Bondi, according to sources, he felt she hadn't investigated or prosecuted enough of his political opponents and was displeased with her handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. In his statement, the president added that Bondi would be, quote, transitioning to a much needed and important new job in the private sector. Republican Congressman Thomas Massie, who found himself at odds with Trump as he led Capitol Hill efforts to release the Epstein documents, a push Trump initially opposed, wrote on social media Thursday, "I support Trump firing Pam Bondi. I hope the next AG will release all the Epstein files according to the law and follow up with investigations, prosecutions, and arrests." Some congressional Democrats expressed sharp criticism of Bondi's tenure. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer wrote, "Good riddance." Others wondering what's next.
I think it is a win that she is no longer in this job. Now, who comes next? Who could be even more of a sycophant? We will see. But I also think, I hope, this is the beginning of a trend here, sort of a breaking of the dam. We've seen Secretary Noem out, now the Attorney General out.
Bondi will be replaced for now by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, Trump said. Blanche served as Trump's defense attorney for some of the criminal cases that Trump faced during the time in between his two presidential terms. Blanche also was a federal prosecutor in the Southern District of New York before he went into private practice. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Bondi wasn't the only official fired in Washington today, as Pete Hegseth outs Army Chief of Staff General Randy George. Chief Pentagon spokesperson Sean Parnell confirmed the firing in a statement on X, stating that George would be retiring from his position effective immediately.
George served as an Army Chief of the Staff since 2023 and was a senior military assistant to Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin during the Biden administration.
Trump floats the idea of signing an executive order to restore pay for all Department of Homeland Security workers.
This comes as DHS workers have gone 48 days without pay. In a post on Truth social media, Trump said that he would, quote, soon sign an order to pay all of the incredible employees at the DHS.
The Senate unanimously approved a bill to partially reopen DHS, and the House is expected to consider it after shooting down last week's plan, a move that didn't sit right with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
We're not going to fund a lawless ICE or CPB, but we've been trying to fund TSA. We've been trying to fund Coast Guard. And the Republicans have blocked it repeatedly. So this shutdown is on their back.
It's unclear if the shutdown will stop anytime soon, as both chambers of Congress are out on their 2-week Easter and Passover recess. More states are implementing changes to their Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, meaning SNAP users cannot buy non-nutritious items like candy and soda.
This week, Texas implemented those changes. Lee Waldman has more.
Families can't purchase things like Gatorade for kids' sports, trail mix for healthy but kid-friendly snacks, or candy for a diabetic sugar crash.
Amber O'Connor at Every Texan, a nonprofit organization focused on public policy, is worried for the 3.5 million people on SNAP in Texas over changes to what's covered.
We're rolling something out as a testing and proving ground for bad policy that hurts vulnerable Texans.
Texas is one of 22 states that has sought a SNAP food restriction waiver from the USDA. Later this month, Florida and Colorado's changes will go into effect. The waivers restrict the purchase of non-nutritious items to ensure that taxpayer dollars provide nutritious options that improve health outcomes within SNAP. SNAP retailers in many of these states will now have notices to help consumers understand what's covered. But Gina Pallotta-Nino at the Food Research and Action Center fears there will still be confusion.
It's going to cause a lot of confusion. It's going to cause a lot of shame and stigma, and people not knowing why items they could have purchased beforehand are no longer eligible.
A 2025 report from 3 industry trade groups estimated that implementing SNAP restrictions would cost retailers $1.6 billion up front, a financial loss that could discourage grocers from participating in SNAP.
The former dietary guidelines said that in order for people to have a healthy diet, they needed to be able to shop and afford the food where they live, where they went to school, and where they gather. None of those things are being met.
In New York, I'm Lee Waldman.
Coming up, Artemis II launched last night, and they'll make a crucial decision tonight about their flight path.
And researchers say that something you might not expect could pose a risk to your children. Find out next.
It's been a warm one out there today. We're going to get some storms as we head into the weekend. Hopefully a clear Easter. I'll be getting into that next.
Bukele has agreed to accept U.S. detainees at El Salvador's mega prison.
The deal between El Salvador's leader and the American president.
I want to thank you for the great job you're doing. I appreciate it.
In collaboration with El Faro, uncovering the connections between the Trump administration, President Nayib Bukele, and El Salvador's gangs.
Bukele nos ha vuelto a recordar que si vos sos popular, podés hacer lo que te dé la gana. Tuesday at 10 on WOUB.
Stop skimming.
Stop scrolling.
Just listen.
100 years ago today, they walked away from the
All you need
in one place.
every afternoon.
Los Angeles. I fell in love with pinball 6 or 7 years ago.
All things considered from NPR.
The Electron Solar Farm.
Pentagon with executive orders. Good evening. I'm Jeff Bennett.
And I'm Amna Nawaz.
I'm Margaret Hoover.
I'm Christiana Manpour in London.
Bring us up to speed there.
Israel is vowing serious consequences.
Did you get a commitment from President Trump?
We have to work on it.
When that story is told, it will be easier for us to see each other like the people who came before us.
Today, we live in a time when meaningful discourse is needed more than ever.
Is this just, at the end of the day, very smart politics?
It's, never compromise on the accuracy.
This is the story of modern war, how it's fought and how it's changing us.
If this is the way we're going to start breaking the ice, then let's do it.
There were heavy storms last night, and I'm pretty sure some people might have lost power. I mean, I don't know. Are we going to have this weekend as well?
Yeah, you're going to see kind of these next few days, those overnight hours. We will have a chance for some thunderstorms in there. That's going to continue for the next couple of days, but we're going to have those warmer mornings, a little bit of those nicer afternoons, and then once we get these storms kind of out of the way, then we'll be cooler. So we kind of have that give and take happening, where we'll have some warmer days, but especially as we head later into the weekend, we're going to be seeing those temperatures cool down once again. We're going to be seeing right now on our local radar just those little pop-up showers happening for tonight. There's going to be a couple of storms here and there. Those are going to be breaking up by those Appalachian Mountains, so we will have less of a chance for some rain tonight than we did on previous nights, but they will be happening very shortly. You're going to see currently out there some light rain. Those winds 8 miles per hour as those storms start to head in. You might have a couple of those gusts still a little bit higher than 8 miles per hour. So it will feel a little bit colder if you get caught in one of those gusts and have those clouds over you. But overnight tonight, it won't be too chilly. 64. You'll still be able to head outside, not have to put on too many layers. 40% chance of showers, like I said, those will be happening very shortly. Kind of that 8 o'clock hour is our last chance for some storms, some heavy storms for the night. And then we'll have kind of those light chances all throughout the night and into tomorrow morning. We're going to be set up that we're missing everything right now. If anything, we have a little bit of a slot where we're going to have some drier conditions, kind of stay warm as we head into tomorrow morning. Still a slight chance for some rain, and then as we get into tomorrow night, those chances for storms do increase as we start to get this system to push through. Like I said, 12 hours ahead, still a little bit drier. Your morning commute, you might still need to bring that umbrella with you because you might have a pop-up here and there, but it won't be too high of a chance. There we go. And we will have a little bit of those warmer temperatures like we had for today. And then 24 hours ahead, there is still that chance for some showers, especially as we get later into the day, looking like about 5 o'clock, a little bit earlier in the day for those chances for some storms. And we do have a higher chance for some thunder for tomorrow and some lightning. You'll see that temperature high of 80, 60% chance of showers, mostly before that about 7 o'clock hour. Around 5 and 6 is that highest chance for some showers. Won't be too much rain for your Friday, but as we look into 36 hours ahead, that's whenever it starts to get a little bit stronger of some chances for some rain. We're going to have this system fully move its way through southeast Ohio and then moving more northward. That's whenever we're going to have those strongest chances for some storms kind of Friday into Saturday, and then we're going to see this cooling, start to getting some of that cooler air from Canada, start to cool us down as we head later into the weekend. And then tomorrow, there's also from those cooler temperatures starting to bring their way down and warmer from the south starting to bring its way up. There is a chance for us to have some severe weather, like I said, some thunder and some lightning as you head into tomorrow afternoon. We're going to be seeing on our 7-day outlook that those chances for storms Friday, Saturday, 50% chance of some rain. Still those temperatures in those 80s, but once we get past Saturday night, those cooler temperatures will stick around as we head into next week.
After a successful launch, the crew of Artemis 2 has a major decision to make today: continue toward the moon or stay in Earth's orbit, a decision that could send those astronauts deeper into space than anyone has gone before. Brian Abels brings us the latest from Washington.
We've circled it completely, and we forgot how beautiful it is to look down on Earth.
What a view for the 4-astronaut crew of NASA's Artemis 2. Safely into space after a successful launch of its historic mission.
And liftoff. The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon.
Before they get to their lunar destination, though, a series of maneuvering tests of their chariot, the Orion spacecraft. Then, a decision point this evening to boldly go where no one has gone before or not.
That puts us outbound to the moon. That's a real big commit point.
If they do choose to continue, the roughly 6-minute translunar injection burn will increase Orion's velocity by about 900 miles per hour, propelling the capsule out of Earth's orbit toward the moon. Then slingshotting it around our closest universal neighbor, where the crew will be in a space league of their own.
They're going much farther than the other crews have before. So this is really uncharted territory. It's really important because we've never been to that part. So you don't want to go somewhere you've never been. You don't know what the craters are like. So it's basically charting your way before you actually want to get there and land.
The mission testing our capacity for deeper exploration while inspiring a whole new generation.
I can't wait to see what this generation, the Artemis generation, drives from it.
In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
Mortgage rates continue to rise in the U.S. as the warning run goes on. They rose again this week to reach a national average of 6.46%, marking the 5th week of increases. They're being fueled by turmoil in the bond market linked to the war in Iran. Before the strikes there began, the rate was just below 6%. The elevated interest rate is having a chilling effect on the spring home buying season, which is typically the busiest time of the year. Economists hope if the war resolves quickly, their market might have a chance to recover before it ends.
New research out today shows there's another danger lurking in homes that continues to send young children to the emergency room, and these accidents are preventable. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has a look on the latest data and the message researchers want every parent to hear.
It's not a new danger, but new data shows household cleaning products remain a major risk to curious young children.
They can be harmful. They can be dangerous. They can be deadly, depending on what it is and how much might be ingested.
Dr. Lara McKenzie with Nationwide Children's Hospital is one of the authors of this study just published in the medical journal Pediatrics. The researchers combed through 16 years of data and found more than an estimated 240,800 U.S. emergency room visits for children 5 years and younger linked to injuries from household cleaning products. McKenzie says that's one injury every 35 minutes.
People have a lot of products in their house. Kids spend a lot of time at home, especially, very young children. So it's kind of like the perfect storm.
McKenzie says hospitalizations for household cleaner-linked injuries have risen by 1.5% over about 2 decades. Bleach, detergent, especially detergent pods, are the products that most commonly lead to those injuries, but parents can help prevent children from being hurt.
The best thing to do is store those cleaning products in their original containers, but up high, out of sight, and out of reach, preferably in a locked cabinet or closet.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Next in sports, Ohio baseball and softball both have a huge series this weekend. Hear about the MAC matchups next.
For more than 70 years, WOUB Public Media has been the place where people in our region turn to learn how stories of the past ignite the imagination of the future. It's where information, entertainment, and education work together to inform, enlighten, and inspire generations. It's the place where the community gathers to hear and see our world in new and innovative ways. WOUB, the public media you trust that's worthy of your support. Tonight at 9 on WOUB.
I would love you however, whatever, whenever.
Nothing compares to first love.
I believe I am my best self when I'm with you.
Mercedes, I'll come back for you!
I've been waiting and then...
Can I kiss you? Because I need to. I cannot imagine a life without you.
Love conquers all.
On Masterpiece.
A woman once lived here. Her name was Mercedes. Do you know where she is now?
She's long gone. Moved to Paris.
The only woman I ever loved was taken from me. I'm going to punish those responsible.
Where are we?
About 10 leagues from the island of Monte Cristo. I was robbed of 15 years of my life. I want justice.
The Count of Monte Cristo on Masterpiece.
Sunday at 10 on WOUB.
Now is the time for you to become the king you should be.
Welcome to sports. I'm Casey Hill. Ohio baseball is returning back to Athens after a win in West Virginia against Marshall. The team is starting a new series against MAC opponent Kent State. The series kicks off tonight at 6 with 2 more games on Friday and Saturday night. Sitting at 6-22 on the season and only 3-9 in the MAC, the Bobcats are in desperate need of a turnaround. This season's record in Bob Wren Stadium is only 1-7, but the Bobcats, like Cameron Boyd and Will Henson, who both homered last game, are looking to bring that energy back home. Because the Bats can get hot on this squad, Ohio's pitching will need to take it up a notch in order to get the job done in this series. Currently, the Bobcats have the worst ERA in the MAC, while the Golden Flashes have the best. Kent State is holding an excellent record with 20-7, and actually the exact opposite conference record from the Bobcats, going 9-3 so far this season. Moving to the other diamond in Athens, Ohio softball is traveling to Muncie, Indiana for a series against Ball State. The Bobcats bats are still steaming coming off a win against Central Michigan. Ohio Bobcats not only are looking strong in the MAC, but are competing with the top schools across the nation. The team is ranked 17th in doubles, 25th in RBIs per game, 25th in scoring, and 26th in total runs across the country. One key contributor to this field, senior center fielder Bell Hummel, who's batting .461 and has gone only 7 out of 34 games without a hit. Hummel has 4 home runs this season. Next to her is Colleen Bear, who's hitting .384 with 7 homers on the season. Rounding out Ohio's spring sports for the weekend is the track and field team, as they're hosting the annual Cherry Blossom Invitational on Friday. Goldsberry Track is inviting over 10 teams to Athens tomorrow. Big names are on the way. Schools like Ohio State, Pitt, and Xavier are all on the docket. Bobcat Ellie Greenwell is the runner to watch out for. She ran the 800 in 2:09 at last weekend's rally relays. The Bobcats are celebrating their seniors as well in this meet. The seniors' festivities will start at 11:45 and the meet will start at noon. Over in the big leagues last week, the MLB kicked off their season, and anxious baseball fans got a glimpse of the upcoming months. Both Ohio teams played yesterday. Starting with the Cleveland Guardians, who took a huge win yesterday over the reigning champions, the LA Dodgers. Gavin Williams took the win for this first game, 4-1. He had 10 strikeouts and pitched 7 scoreless innings. Jose Ramirez hit his first home run, and the Guards recorded their first series win of the season. Though Cleveland fans will finally be able to get to see it for themselves at home for the first home game of the year tomorrow against the Chicago Cubs. Headed to Southwest Ohio, the Cincinnati Reds were not as successful as their northern rivals. They dropped their series finale to Pittsburgh. O'Neal Cruz started the game with a 3-run homer in the top of the first. He was backed by Paul Skeens, who threw 5 strikeouts in only 5 innings and allowing 1 earned run. Eugenio Suarez hit a 2-run bomb, but the Reds still lost 8-3. Busy weekend for Bobcat fans, so keep up on all the action. Make sure to follow Bobcat Showcase on X, Instagram, and Facebook so you don't miss a beat. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Still ahead, reunited at last, a California woman finally got to see her dog for the first time in a while. Hear her story next.
We'll be right back after the break, but until then, here's a look at what's coming up next on WOUB.
We wanted to honor Holocaust survivors artistically through songs.
They came together to tell survivors' stories through music.
Music was very important in my life. I don't think I would have survived if I didn't have music.
The result was a concert of healing and celebration.
Music is what really tells the heart part of the story.
We remember Songs of Survivors.
Tonight at 10 on WOUB.
It's about to go down.
The wildlife just take over.
The age of discovery is now.
It's a journey like no other.
Everyone is getting involved in this. You'll see a kaleidoscope of color. It's like magic.
My hands are shaking.
I think I just fell in love.
PBS viewers believe that businesses that sponsor PBS on WOUB Public Television have a commitment to quality and excellence. Sponsoring a PBS television program offers your business a unique opportunity to connect with a highly engaged, loyal, and trustful audience in a clutter-free environment, leading to increased brand awareness, positive perception, and potential for higher customer engagement. Your sponsorship is important to the community, and the rewards come back to you in the form of loyal customers. Align your organization with America's most trusted news and public affairs network. WOUB Public Television is worthy of your trust. Contact Corporate Support Director Kathy Malesic at 740-593-4909 or online at woub.org/support.
A California woman recently reunited with her missing dog 5 years after her beloved pet disappeared. Michelle Bluestone says she got a call from an animal shelter in Echo Park saying they had her dog Lola. Bluestones hadn't seen Lola since 2021 when the Schneider mix escaped their backyard. Bluestone said at the time she checked with shelters and put up flyers but eventually grieved the loss, assuming her dog had passed. But in late February, she got that call from the shelter after a microchip scan showed the dog was her owner. That's crazy that the dog recognized her after so long.
I know, I cannot imagine losing my dog. That would devastate me.
Completely agree.
And for it to come back, but as we head back into weather tonight, we're going to see that overnight low of 64. That 40% chance of showers, those should be happening very shortly within the next hour. And then as we head into tomorrow, we're still going to continue to have some of those showers lingering around. Your day should be on the clearer side, but as you head again later into the night, about that 5-6 o'clock hour, there is a good chance for some thunderstorms in there, but it will be 80. So you're going to need that umbrella, but you're still going to be able to keep those t-shirts and shorts on. But as we head into the weekend, it's definitely going to get a little bit chillier for your Easter weekend, but still feel pretty much like spring out there.
That does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. For Casey Hill and Isabella, I'm Serenity Prophet.
And I'm Natalie LaFleur. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. Have a great night.